All right, Lions fans, let's talk some Lions. Why I'm going to come out the gate and say why Jared Goff will succeed versus Matthew Stafford succeeding with the Rams. All right, of course you got Matthew Stafford injuries against them, past injuries for the maybe consecutive years, 3 consecutive years versus Jared Goff. The Jared Goff doesn't have the injuries per se, but he do have the inexperience, and in other words, he haven't fully matured in this game. So those two cancel each other out. In my opinion, if I were going head to head, now a person could say, "Well, Stafford is a better quarterback." Well, you could say Stafford is a better quarterback because he is a more polished quarterback, but it's not by a large margin. But anyway, with that being said, we're going to why uh, uh, Hoff will succeed. He will succeed based upon these three keys. Excuse me. Left tackle Taylor Decker, tight end TJ Hawkinson, and center, all pro center, Frank Ragnow. That's the very reason why he would succeed over Stafford. And if I definitely were to do a head to head based upon Stafford being here in his 13th year versus Jared Goff in his first year. This is the very reason why Jared Goff will succeed. He had Taylor Decker, Frank Ragnow, and TJ Hawkinson. Matthew Stafford didn't have that. He had a center, and it wasn't TJ Hawkinson. Who was it? It was it Glasgow? Who was it? I don't know who it was, but it wasn't Ragnow. Ragnow went from guard to center. But once he took that center spot, by the time he took it, Matthew Stafford played with him, but Matthew Stafford wasn't healthy, so he didn't get a chance to experience it. When he played with Decker, he didn't get a chance to play with Decker at a higher level. He got a chance to play with Decker when Decker was playing good as a rookie. Then he got hurt, whatever, didn't recover. He had a couple off season, whatever, a couple of bad seasons or a season where he didn't really show to the level that he as consistent as he was last year. But going into this year, Stafford would never had that triple threat before. TJ Hawkinson coming to his own. TJ Hawkinson, I believe, was going to a Pro Bowl. He would establish himself as a rookie. He's going to his first year. Stafford never had that. He never had TJ Hawkinson, Frank Ragnow, and Taylor Decker. Now somebody say, well, Matthew Stafford never had a run game either. Well, the run game is going to be solidified based upon those three. So if Matthew Stafford came in with Jeff Backus and Raiola, and who was he? Was it Pettigrew? Was his tight end? He's not gonna get it done. That's not even average. Those linemen. Now, don't give me those offensive linemen. They would give you continuity. I mean, what I mean by that, they would give you stability at that position, but it's not even average. If it is average, it's average. It's not above average. You're talking about Frank Ragnow is like above average. So he's like an all pro. And by him being the face of your offensive line, that actually elevates the standard of how you're going to draft, how you're going to select, how you're going to approve, how you're going to build on that offensive line. So Taylor Decker stepped up his game big time, right? It was never that he was a bad player. I just think that he had to overcome some stuff. And that goes to the same deal going into this his off season. I mean, going to the season with Halapoulivaati. Vitae. He's not a bad right tackle. He's not a bad tackle at all, or even a bad guard. It was so much shifting around, you don't even know what you're going to get out this guy. Now, and plus he was hurt, and he's subbing in for a position that's not really his actual position, but he can play it. So it was so much going on. So nobody really know what they got out of him. But going back to the point, Jared Davis, um, Jared Allen, not Jared Allen. Gee, where I'm going? Roth is going to succeed based upon those three guys. And in comparison, If I were to do a comparison between which one is most likely to happen, which is most likely to happen first? Jared Goff gets you a playoff win, or Matthew Stafford going to the Super Bowl? Of course, you go in and say, well, Matthew Stafford's team is ready to go. That don't mean that he is. Matthew Stafford has to adjust to a team that is ready to go when he's actually programmed for a team that's been losing. So if he can step up to that, whatever he can. But then that's yet to be determined. That's the self-same window or self-same as equivalent to Jared Goff taking the next step from being on a team that's actually winning, or they can win pretty much without him per se, as well as he could be the guy that could put a team on my back and let's go. So it's gonna be interesting to see how I go. But my take is on Jared Goff. I will put my take that Jared Goff would win a playoff game before Stafford wins the Super Bowl. All right, Lion fans, I salute.